every single program produced by RTHK concerning public affairs has either been taken off the air, certainly all its archives have been removed, or has been transformed to such an extent that those programs are no longer recognizable. Nevertheless, the program I was working on, which was the only English language current affairs program, by the time that closed down, was indeed the only remaining current affairs program that includes both English and Chinese language. Every day that the program was on the air was a battle. It was censored before it went on the air, it was censored at the planning stage, and sometimes at the very last moment, people from the senior management said certain things could not be broadcast and were taken out.
How do you judge Hong Kong's media environment now? Because Hong Kong was known as being a bastion of media freedom in Asia. And then, of course, you've described what went on in RTHK. Apple Daily, we've seen the largest pro-democracy newspaper in Hong Kong has now gone. What effect does this have on the rest of the journalists working in Hong Kong today?
I think journalism, from being if you like, a comfortable occupation, has become a high-risk, dangerous occupation for anybody who is not involved in the business of supporting the government, towing a propaganda line. The number of people I know who've left the profession is very high indeed. Not only left, but have left Hong Kong as well. But more generally, there is a sense of those who remain, a sense of intense nervousness, looking over their shoulders at every moment. Is this allowed? Is that going to get me into trouble? It's a matter which goes to the heart of what Hong Kong is. Hong Kong was a place with a high degree of liberty and certainly a high degree of freedom of expression, and that facilitated Hong Kong being an international center. Because if you want to do business in the whole world in an international way, you must have a free flow of information. You mustn't be constantly fearful that someone will bang on your door in the early hours of the morning and arrest you for arbitrary reasons, charge you with subversion or one of the many other things that people are now being charged with.
Were there some moments in particular that pushed you to decide to leave Hong Kong?
There were. I wouldn't say there was a moment at which I thought, oh my goodness, the party's over. But I was very conscious, I suppose more than anything else, I was very conscious of the number of arrests being made of people who I know really quite well, who I know for a fact are not firebrand revolutionaries. We're not trying to seek the violent overthrow of the government, let alone the entire Chinese state. And I thought, well, if those sort of people can be arrested and taken away, incidentally, almost all of whom have yet to be actually tried, they remain on endless bail in detention without trial. But if that could happen to them, what chance is there for other people?